Erica's 30.
I made
Finally.
it. Over the hill.
Over the hill, over the hump. Now things are finally looking up.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh my gosh. Well, happy Wednesday. I'm excited to recap the weekend festivities and then, of course, end on a little wholesome, little like, how are we feeling this new decade? I got some questions.
Okay.
Time out though.
Oh.
This is like not birthday related, but this just happened, and I feel like
spooky story.
Spooky story, and I feel like some of our listeners have kids or are just. Anyway, it doesn't even matter. It has to do with kids, but I feel like you can take it into other like situations. Yesterday, I was getting off work at the same time one of my coworkers and she was like, let's go meet somewhere. Anyway, she walks in and I can just immediately tell like something is wrong. So she's like, as she's walking in, she's like answering the phone. And all of a sudden she just like drops all of her stuff. And she has a son. And she's like, wait, she's like, I cannot hear what the other person is saying.
Yeah.
So I just hear her say, like, wait, what happened? Is he okay? Where's my son? She said his name a few times, and then she said, no, he has no heart condition. Like, everything's fine. Is he stable? Is he conscious? What's going on?
Oh my gosh.
And then she says her name, like, oh, my name is whatever. And kind of like trying to give information, because from what it sounds like, it's like the patron that either saw like an accident or like a first responder or something, trying to get information on her, like with the son, because the son is supposed to be with the babysitter. And so, we're like, I'm immediately like, I'll grab your stuff. You clearly can't drive. Like, I'm thinking she has a really sick father. So when she first answered the phone, I thought like, oh my God, like something happened.
Yeah.
But then just the way things are going, I could just tell she's like frantic. She's like, a car accident. She like leans into me and she's like, he's been in a car accident. I'm like, I will drive you. Let's go. So we start walking to my car, but her car is closer. So we are like getting in the car as she's like talking to this person. And then what sets me off is she like tries to put him on speakerphone so that she can call the nanny to just confirm and like, be like, what's going on. And then I hear him say like, take me off speaker. I don't want to be on speaker. And so we're like, what? And I'm just like trying to get into her car and get all the stuff in. As I turn the key into her car, we start driving, because I'm thinking like, oh, again, we have to go to the hospital. The Bluetooth connects to her car. And so like, again, it just is like, I wasn't saying anything, but it was just the Bluetooth was connected. And the guy goes like, take me off speaker. And she's like, you're not on speaker. My friend is driving me. Like, where do I meet you? Is this like, where's the car accident? Are you guys still there? Are you on the way to the hospital? And he goes, we're at the Vons. So I'm thinking like the Vons in North Park. So we start going that way. This guy goes, you better send me money before you come or you're never seeing your son again.
What?
And all of a sudden she's like freaking
Wait, this
the fuck
happened
out.
yesterday?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. And so she's like freaking out, but then also is like, I didn't hear that. And so all of a sudden she's like, give me your phone. So I hand her like my phone, but then she's like, what am I going to, like, she doesn't, the babysitter's number isn't saved. So I'm just like driving. And then she, like, finally gets, like, the wherewithal just to, like, hang up. But, like, I'll get to that point. So she hangs up, and then she immediately calls the babysitter. Well, the babysitter was at the park with her son. So the first thing you hear when you pick up is a kid screaming. But it's, like, a joyful scream.
Oh, my
So
gosh.
then she starts, like, freaking out, like, panicking. I mean, like, almost to the point of, like, dry, like, sobbing of, like, what's going on. And then finally the babysitter was like, oh my gosh, no, like, what's going on? Like, sorry about that. We're at the park. And she's like, is he okay? Like, I need to hear his voice. And the babysitter's like, oh my God, it's fine. It was a fucking scam. It was a scam call.
What?
Yes. So we, at this time, we had already, like, driven to Vaughn. So I pull over because she's about to throw up.
Yeah.
And so we, like, park over. And then all of a sudden she's like, actually, no, we told him we were going to be at Vaughn's. I don't want some crazy guy coming up, seeing me look like this, like, let's just go. So then we go back kind of closer to where I work, by the, like, in North Park, and we're just like sitting in her car, like, going over everything. The guy started off, when she answered the phone, there was a lady screaming, I'm so sorry. So then my friend is like, this is the babysitter.
Yeah.
And then was like, it's crazy. The moment she kind of like had like a feeling of something being weird is she asked if he was conscious, and the guy said yes, and that's where he fucked up, because she kept saying over and over, let me hear his voice.
Yeah.
Let me hear his voice. She said it like maybe 4 or 5 times, and then that's when the guy was like, I think must have been like, okay, I'm not gonna get any money from her, like I need to tell her, like I need to wrap it up and be like, send me money, blah blah blah. So then she calls the baby daddy to let him know, and then we're just like, her baby daddy is like, you should make a report, like you should do this. So we make a report by just calling, and literally the guy on the phone, or the person on the phone that she talked to, like to make the police report, was like, not that we don't care, but thanks for letting us know, but there's nothing we're gonna do. This happens 100 times a day.
What?
She's like, the person was like, good job for you, not for sending money. And like, that's it. And then not even just like, one of the craziest parts of this whole story is we go and we're grabbing food, and she's like looking through to like explain the story, because one of our other friends meets, and we look at her phone, the number is gone. Like if you when you pull up your recents, and it's like all of the people that you call, the number is gone. And I'm like, not that I think you're a liar. And when she was retelling the story, I was like, not that anyone or I think that you're a liar, but I heard his voice when the car connected to the Bluetooth. Like, how does this even? And then we started talking about like AI and like how they're gonna start doing that. And what about if you warp voices to like make it sound like you're like a kid,
sound like your kid, literally.
And like she had said like, no, a mom's knows, but like in the moment, like you don't know. And she's like, even looking back now, I feel stupid for letting it go on as long as I did, but I mean, no, it was like 4 minutes, maybe a 4-minute call. And she's still like, it's crazy how it didn't clock to me until like all these other things, and then we were just like replaying it, and there's like certain things, but you don't know when you're panicked. And she said one of the other reasons why I was like, I just have to hang up, even if it's like, fuck, am I ever gonna see my kid again, like hang up, is she had seen another mom post about it on Instagram. So I'm like, I have to save it for the pod. So I'm like, you guys know, and at least like something like, even not even having a kid, like if someone called and said you were in a car accident, like that would be insane.
Yeah, you'd be like, where are you?
What's going? Yeah, like where do I? Yes, I know.
Oh my gosh, that is so crazy. That's
and I'm not even kidding. Like
scary.
the next like 30 minutes, like this, like couldn't even like eat her food. She had like sliders and like holding this burger like this. I'm like,
because you thought your son just died.
Yes, someone literally told you 5 minutes ago that you're never gonna see your kid again. I'm like, holy shit.
Well, the fact that it went from like your son was in a car accident or whatever he said to like, give me money or you'll never see him again is like, okay.
I think it's so weird, but I think it's scary too, because one, we're just so like the I-5, it is the beacon of human trafficking, and I'm just like, I cannot imagine, like you never know what's gonna happen. And then I thought like, then I was like, well, what about if something is really wrong with him? And like, even if you're asking for money, what about if you're just like this crazy person that saw this car accident or manipulated them to get into a car accident in order to get money? I don't know. People are fucking crazy. I mean, thankfully, in a weird way, it wasn't that serious. It seems just to be like somebody has like behind a screen, just making all of these cold calls throughout. Like, I literally... And maybe this is my own ignorance, but I'm like, I did not even know. Like, I know things are public record, but the story just lined up so good with the woman screaming, the kid. I don't know. It was weird and so scary.
Well, that's like, my mind goes to social media and what you put on social media. And if someone can, like, the things that I can do at work is actually terrifying. Like, the stuff that I can just, like, in bulk, scrape profiles and tell me about this person. Like, and I use their LinkedIn and I'm doing it for work, but like how easily someone could be like,
doing this
scrape all the Instagrams of women in San Diego who have a public profile and have kids in their pictures, and then filter down to like, do something like that is so scary.
I know. Luckily she's private on her Instagram, because then we started going through all of these things, and people like, when you tell the story you want to go through, it's crazy. And honestly, I feel like just awareness is going to bring the most, because I'm like, oh my God, I cannot imagine. I can't imagine doing that and then being by yourself.
Yeah, it's
like,
so good you were there.
Yeah, because I'm like, if you got into the car at this moment, you probably would have got into an accident. Mm-hmm. Or what about if someone just scooped you up? Pulled you to a location. It doesn't matter if it's in the middle of the day and something happens, like...
Yeah,
know
they're
there's so
freaking you
many-
out, so you're not paying attention so that they can
Take you.
Yeah.
Oh my god, we didn't even talk about that. That was crazy. Anyway, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna save this spooky story.
That is very spooky.
This is also not the theme for the day, to be very clear.
Welcome to your 30s.
Yeah. Anyway, well, we're done with that. Happy birthday, Erica. Tell us about your week. Well, I mean, I was there too.
It
but
was our weekend.
I am just like, can I just say, what a fun fucking time. A fun group. A
That
party
was so
bus
fun.
goes a long way, baby. Holy shit. That was awesome.
I had so much fun. I'm glad you guys did too. I feel like the party bus is literally what makes it so fun, because if we all had to get in Ubers every single time, or people had to like, if everyone was driving their cars every single time, I just don't think the vibes would have continued, you know? Or people would have been like, we're going home after the next winery or whatever.
Yeah.
Forces everyone to stay. But on my actual birthday, I did work. And I'm really an advocate for not working on your birthday. And I really debated taking the day off. But now that I'm paid hourly, and the fact that I didn't work for the last 2 months, I was like, the money is worth it. I know I will spend it in 2 seconds. So I'm going to work and
save it for something that's like, where you have if you had a plan for that day, it would be good to take it off. But if you were just kind of like, do, you know?
Yeah, I was like, Saturday's the day, we're gonna go out, and Ellie and I went and got our nails done though, so that was really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ellie's look really good. I have press-on nails, but my toes are done.
They don't even look like press-ons. It's actually crazy.
Thanks. They keep falling off. I opened this can, and a nail popped off.
Oh yeah, you brought nail glue. Oh yeah, Steven's fanny pack. Oh my god, there's so many things. So many things.
And then Steven and I went to dinner at George's on Mr. Forrest. Did I already said his name?
I think yeah.
Yeah, his name's Steven. Went to dinner at George's in La Jolla, which is really nice. It also, like, we dressed up all nice. I had my fresh nails. I was like feeling so good. And we get there and it just shows like the discrepancy of income and people in La Jolla who were like took their kids to that restaurant and they were like
in their
throwing in their like beach clothes. Like the kids are throwing food around. The dad basically just like pays off the server, like tips her really well, but then they leave such a mess. Like I was shocked. I was like, whoa, you didn't even like attempt to like pick up after your kid.
Try.
Yeah. So I'm on like high heels and a dress, and then that was happening. I was like, okay. But it was cool because you can like see the water, see the seals. It smelled horrible.
See them and smell them.
Yeah, it smells so bad over there. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
The cove.
Yep.
Yeah.
Last time I was there, though, there were baby seals, so it made the smell
That's cute.
probably worse, but better, because you were just like seeing them, and they kind of just like roll off in the water, and you feel bad, but it's like so cute.
We walked down after dinner, and oh my god, people are so dumb.
No.
Yeah, there was one that was just kind of like flopping around in the waves. Like you could tell they were playing in the waves. And it was just doing its little thing. And then some idiot teenager boy went over and, like, ran into the wave and, like, tried to, like, roll it over. Like, roll the seal over when it was, like, clearly he was fine. He didn't need your help.
So you can't move a seal.
No.
Why do we think that we are, like, all of the beasts are our size?
And it was huge. It wasn't a baby. So then he got mad. We were all watching, like, Steve and I were watching this from the, like, overlook. We're watching, and he got mad, and he started, like, going on to the beach, like, kind of chasing after the kid. And then the kid's, like, running around screaming, and I'm like, you're so dumb. You're so dumb.
Such an idiot.
Yeah. And there were 2 girls who were just, like, trying to do a photo shoot on the beach that unintentionally, like, got in the crossfire. And they were, like, they couldn't get to their clothes anymore because the seal had, like, gone up on the beach by where their stuff was. It was entertaining to watch, but
That's what they get for that is quite literally fuck around and find out behavior.
Yeah. But then early bedtime because Saturday we had a long day of drinking. Got up, got ready, made some mimosas. People started coming over. We had like people got here and it was immediately like, okay, turn around, we have to get on the bus. And the first winery was like an hour away. I was really excited about the playlist.
Yes. I mean, if one thing Erica can do, I mean, there's multiple things, but one of them is make a fucking bomb ass playlist.
Thanks.
That was awesome. You're like, it's 5 hours long. We gotta keep going.
Skip. You guys sing the chorus on to the
And
next.
we're good.
And I knew it was gonna be like everyone, like it's not even noon, so people are like easing into the morning. But I feel like each time we got back on the bus, like everyone was dancing more and like vibing more, so that was fun. And the first winery was one that apparently I've been to before. I have zero memory of it being like this, but it was like a country western winery. We were like the only people there, so that was kind of nice. There was a dog, Molly or something.
Yeah. Loved her.
Sweetie. Apparently there was like a little fair or like market going on with snakes. People went and held snakes. I didn't go over there, but
I wanted to, but I was too. There was like no alcohol beyond this point, and I was like, yeah, then I'm just gonna sit here. I'm not gonna.
Sorry, you can't leave this. So some people went off and did that. We saw some goats on the way out. The next winery was really fun. We brought the vibes to the dance floor. No, literally no one was on the dance floor.
No one. Everyone was sitting. Granted, I do think like people were eating and that's fine, but fine. When I saw it was a huge dance floor, like bigger than this freaking house. So I'm like, we can all fit and like actually dance and move around. And then I think we danced for a little bit, and then everyone, like our group, got hungry. And by the time I turned around, I was like, you see that? See what we did over there? Everybody was on there now.
Yeah, that was so fun. It was also like the only spot in the shade. So it was nice that was like, because it was a hot day.
Yeah.
It was very sunny and warm, which I'm grateful for. And
everybody's outfits like really turned up. Shoes, questionable. Outfits, the best.
Sandals, you know who you are. The dad sandals. It was crazy.
I love them though. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was super fun. And then the last winery was just like really good views. Two other friends had met us there, and that was really fun to see them. So there were like more people adding to the group. Darby, shout out, sent like a little note and wine, and that was like so sweet to
so
just
sweet.
I like walked up and she came over with the thing, and I was like, oh my gosh, I had no idea. And I liked it because it was like chill. It was the best views, and I feel like we just had our own little area. Mm-hmm. The driver had told me before we even started the day, he was like, I wouldn't have done this order. And I'm like, in the back of my mind, like, I've sent you the guys this like a month ago. So if you had that thought, you should have told me. Like, if you were like, I wouldn't recommend doing it in this way, tell me why. I don't know. I'm just like guessing what I think would make sense. But honestly,
no,
I really liked the order.
The order. I'm trying to think of which one I would rather have last, and I'm like, there's no other one. If we started there, I would have never wanted to leave.
Yeah.
I would have been like, this is
We're
great.
fine.
Yeah, we're fine. We don't need to go anywhere else. No, I think the order was great. I know when I walked out of the house, because Steven and I were the last ones to leave because I wanted to feed the dogs. Uh-huh. I like saw you guys talking to him, and I like heard a little bit of it. And you're like, well, I already mapped out the plan. And I go, I'm just going to get on the bus. I do not need to be a part of this conversation. I'm getting on the bus.
I just feel like comments like that, I'm like, that's not helpful.
Yeah, as we're about to
I already made the reservations. I can't undo them. It's literally, we're leaving right now.
Yeah.
So, like, if you had that thought, you should have told me that when I sent it over.
Yeah.
Keep it to yourself.
Keep it to yourself, Enrique.
But overall, so fun. Danced, vibed. It was fun, like, all the different friend groups. It's always a risk, you know, of, like, is everyone going to mesh?
I think everyone did.
Everyone was vibing.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. I think now that I'm, like, thinking about it, I'm like, I remember everyone showing up. I do not remember a single person leaving. I, like, got on the bus, or got off the bus. Barely remember getting off the bus. And I'm like, I remember coming in, And then that's it.
No, I don't remember saying, I don't think
Did-
people really said bye. I didn't say bye.
Yeah, I didn't say bye. I don't even know where I'm, like, half the time. I'm like, where was I? Was I here? We were talking about how Steven got Mexican food, and I'm like, man, I didn't eat anything. And one of our friends was like, didn't you have a taco? And I'm like, oh my God, I did. I forgot about that. It was a delicious taco, though.
That hit. The Mexican food, the late night Mexican food, always hits. But yeah, overall, it was what I wanted, and it was really fun. Obviously, like, originally the plan was Mexico. I feel like this worked out great. There was no, like, issue with trying to get across the border. People that don't have global entry, like, that would have been a whole other saga.
Yeah.
And I was just really happy. I felt very thankful for my friends and everyone showing up.
I love that. What was if you had to choose, like, a moment or a memory from that day to just, like, encapsulate how, like, you were feeling or the vibes or whatever, if you had to choose one, which would it be? Or what would it be?
Dang.
I know, it's so hard.
I mean, I always love dancing, like any of the dancing, and I do think that all of us being out on the dance floor, like, that was so fun. Even looking over, like, at some of the guys, like, who aren't maybe, like, the biggest dancers of the crew, just, like, sidestepping, you know?
And being a part.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, I think it was fun to just look around and be outside and see everyone. I was double fisting. It was all over me.
I know, I spilled that everywhere. I'm like, I'm so sorry, everyone. My bad. I'm like, woo! No.
Yeah, we were ripping shots from. So I love the 21 Seeds. It's like jalapeno, cucumber, tequila.
Mm-hmm.
It's really
My nipples
good.
just got hard.
Well, we were just ripping it from the bottle, and that was fun until I did it on the way back, and I spilled so much of it all over myself.
Is that why the whole bottle is gone? Well, I'm
A
sure
lot-
that's why.
A lot of the bottle and a lot of people drank. But when I went to bed that night, I was like, did I drink like way more tequila than I remember? Because that's all I could smell. And then I realized in the morning, I'm like, I should have taken a shower because it was just all over my skin and like grossing. Like,
Just
that's why I was getting
jalapeno
so nauseous.
Tequila. You literally would uncork it in the bus, and the people down at the bottom would be like, "What's that smell?" Oh my God! I did tell
Strong.
myself, I was like, I think I'm just gonna do wine, maybe a mimosa. It's like 11, and everyone's like, "Who's thinking a shot?" I'm like, "Nah." Oh my God. Ugh.
I had a different wine, a different drink of alcohol. Never did I have the same thing twice.
That's good. That was what
Yeah.
you're supposed to do.
Whatever was handed to me, that's what I was taking. And I was feeling some type of way about it before of like, am I like, I don't even know. This is me being self-critical, but like, why is the birthday revolving around alcohol? Blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, who
This is what you
cares?
want.
It's fun and I'm having a good time. And I feel like everyone who came, like, you didn't have to drink and everyone had a good time.
Yeah.
So
I mean, there's definitely people that weren't ripping shots and still having a bomb ass time.
Yeah.
So I think that's what matters. I love that. And then what did you do on your Easter?
on Easter, I tried to pull myself together, ate some bread in the morning to try and soak up what I could. And then had it with Steven's family. It's fun to have kids on a holiday, like to be around kids on a holiday. Because, like, if I wasn't, I would not be hiding Easter eggs, which I was doing, and, like, seeing them get all excited to, like, go find the Easter eggs. So that was just fun to, you know.
I love that.
I'm like, oh, yeah.
It makes it
The little
more,
things.
you feel the holiday, like, spirit. You
Yeah.
feel like the holiday, even if it's freaking Easter, but still.
Yeah,
And I remember loving all holidays.
I know. I did say, though, if we didn't do that, I wanted to do the drag show like how you did.
Let me tell you, that would be fun to do, though.
I know.
Holy shit. That was the best Easter. Why the fuck we decided to get sushi that night, I will never, ever let myself forget that.
That was an interesting choice.
Foolish. And then we had to record the podcast, and I remember being like, read my tarot.
Will I survive to tomorrow?
Oh, no. Not my young sister, my 20-year-old sister having to take care of me.
Yeah.
Nah.
That was so funny picking you up. What a good time.
Oh my God, so fun. But also so much fun for your birthday. Glad that you had such a fun time. It's like...
Thanks. Thanks for taking all the pictures. Honestly...
I'm glad did you get a chance to look
through all of them? Yeah, I looked through them today and I was like, oh my gosh, these are so fun. I'm so glad it was documented.
Yeah, I got a lot. And I was looking back though, and I'm like, sometimes you need to put... For me, at least, I need to put, like, a healthy distance of, like, time between, like, looking. Because I think yesterday, me looking at them, like, before work, I was like, why? Why did I do... Why? Not all of them. Most of them are really cute. But there are some that I'm like, I know I took this being all, like, oh, child, artsy I'm going to be. And I'm like... And I'm like, what for what? Like, what am I doing? Like, someone is taking a picture of you and Christy, and I'm over there like, let me get it, too.
But the picture of the... I liked it, honestly. I was like, that's cute.
Oh my God. I'm getting all riled up sitting on my chair. Yay. Well, I love it. Yay. And I think I know everybody had a bomb ass time. We're all probably struggling yesterday, but.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not going to do any housekeeping today because I think we'll figure it out later.
Oh, man, I love it. Okay, well, I have some prompts.
Okay.
Of just life, and I think, well, I'm gonna do one just because I know our friend does it, and I feel like this always like kicks off a good amount of like reflection and things to look forward to. So from your last decade, what would be the rose, what would be the thorn, and what would be the bud? So rose, something that's like really good that you loved. Thorn being like something that was a little bit of a hardship, something painful, or something that's just like, not the best. And then the bud being something that now that you're entered the next decade, what you're looking forward to. Take as long as you need.
Well, I'm honestly just going to say the things that come to mind, because if I think about it too much, I'm going to never say an answer.
Love that.
And I'll start with my thorn, and I said this earlier, and this is annoying, but I do want to say that, like, all the thorns that came to my mind, I'm, like, ultimately grateful for. And the first one that came to my mind was really just, like, losing myself in the COVID era, and, like, between the relationship that I was in, the job that I was working, living alone, a pandemic happening, like stuff going on with family that I was navigating. It was just like a very, very hard time, and I felt like a shell of myself, and I didn't know like what I was doing. I feel like because I was working this job that was like literally crazy, it was my like way to not face any of the things that were going on in my life, and that just made it worse. So that was like a dark time, like a dark year at least. I mean, and it took like multiple years, I feel like, to get to a place where I am now, where I feel like I'm not going to work 80 hours a week. I'm not gonna like not take care of myself. I'm all the things that I was just not doing. So that was tough. Mm-hmm. That was a tough time. But that job like did bring me some really great friends. And a lot of those friends are like what brought me the community that I have in San Diego. Like a lot of them were on the bus over the weekend. Mm-hmm. Those people that were like knew me when I was at my lowest. And a rose, I mean, there's so many. I do think like this is early 20s Erica. I'm very thankful that I went and traveled by myself, and also just like made it happen. I think at the time my mindset was like, I have to do this because I'm gonna get married and have kids, and like I'll never be able to do this again. I'm 30 and not married and don't have children, so like clearly I didn't know like what I was talking about. But that was really what was like the main motivator. I was like, it's now or never. Like, I got to do it now. And I'm just glad that I didn't like settle for what was going on in my life at the time. And I knew that like that was something I really wanted. And I look back at those pictures and I like think fondly of the memories, and it was like very hard. And there are things I would do differently now. And I mean, I was a young 20-year-old. Like, I didn't know. What does our friend say? I didn't know shit about fuck.
Yeah.
And
So true.
Literally, I didn't know anything.
Especially at that age.
Yeah. But I feel like because I didn't know anything, like I said yes to a lot of stuff. I like did some things that like maybe it was really dumb or unsafe, and knock on wood, like I'm okay. But I have so many like memories and experiences because of it. And then Bud for 30. I think it's like playing off of maybe the thorn of my 20s is like now that as we've talked about on the podcast a lot of times, still a lot of things to work on in my life, still a lot of things that I'm figuring out, but it's like I feel more secure in myself. I feel more like this is my life. This is my body. This is who I am. Like, those things aren't going to change. So I'm really trying, to, like, this is what it is. So let's make the most of it. And that's not like how it is every day. But I'm excited to go into a decade with that mentality and that, like, security a little bit more in myself instead of, like, I don't know what I want. I don't know who I am. I don't know what I believe. I don't know anything. And like, I still feel a lot of those I don't knows, but I also feel like just more secure in myself and more just like, this is what it is and time is so short and I'm gonna live it up. I'm not gonna stop traveling if I get married. I'm not gonna like not go out with friends if I have kids, that type of thing.
Yeah. I love that.
Thanks.
Those are great. I know it's hard to do the whole decade.
Yeah, but that was good. It was good to reflect, think about. There's a lot that I could say. A lot of roses.
As you kind of like think of the next like decade, I feel like we've talked about this before of putting a little bit too much pressure on being 30 instead of just realizing that it's just one, age is just a number. Two, sometimes especially in a lot of our friend group, we've felt like we were 30 even before we were at 30 because of this anticipation. But I do think that, and this is kind of why like I hate birthdays, because there's always going to be that sense of reflection, that sense of like, okay, change, new year, new me kind of like thing. So I think when it hits like these bigger points, like a new decade, you can't help but feel a little bit like, who was I in the past? And then this one that I really like is, who do you think you are becoming in this next decade? And what does she look like?
Whoa. Wait, is that the question, or who do I think I was in the past?
No, that's the question. We're done.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to put too much emphasis on the past. So just as this upcoming decade.
Who do I think I'm becoming?
Yeah.
That's scary. Being an adult is like obviously really hard. But I think it's also really fun to be able to be like, today I'm going to do this, or I feel like going here and this is what I want to do, or, and so I feel like as I have become a little bit more, I feel like I give less fucks a little bit about like what other people are doing. I do think getting off social media has helped my mental health in that capacity a lot, because I am like a big comparer in the sense of like, I'm not doing enough. I'm not going to all these places. I'm not fit enough. I'm not hot enough. I'm not all these things. And even though I still feel those insecurities, it's like not constantly every day I'm seeing them. And I think that's helped me. And so I feel like I'm just becoming the like version of myself that I've always wanted to be, that's not concerned about what everyone else is doing. Like, I love waking up and doing my little like yoga and going for a walk if I feel like it, or if have the energy doing something else. I think just loving my life more. And this is a little tricky. Who do I think I'm becoming?
I think it's hard too when I think about this, because if you were to ask me this at 20,
Yeah.
I would be like, more like things that are attached to me, like who am I becoming, would be like, yeah, my degree, but also like, I don't know how to like explain it, but it's more kind of like, not itemized, but more like tangible, like things that will make me be who it, like whatever it is. And I feel, as you know, you and I are kind of similar in the sense where I'm like, this change of being 30 is less of like what is coming at me and more of like what I'm giving off and like what that looks like. And becoming too is like, it's hard to think about when there's so much growth and change that happens in your 20s that you are just kind of becoming this person. And I think this is what I liked about this question is in my mind, when I was growing up, it's like 30 is like, I've made it. I have become.
Yeah.
But it's like life never stops, you know, coming at you. And so like it's time, like I think when you get to a certain age, like 30, you're just realizing like, oh, it doesn't stop. I still grow. I still become. That's why I was like, I love this.
I really like it a lot because I feel like what I'm picturing in my mind, I'm just like becoming more and more the person I want to be.
Yeah.
And it's like hard to describe who that is. It's more of just like the way that I carry myself, the way that I think about myself, the way that I treat other people, the way that I go about my day is like, I don't know how to explain that unless I had you read all of my journal entries and like know what I'm manifesting and know how I'm feeling. But I do feel it, I like what you just said, because it's not like there's not like I'm becoming a therapist, I'm becoming a whatever. It's like that's not even how I think at all anymore. And it's not like a milestone based thing either. It's just like more and more stepping into this like woman that I see myself as, that I like, the person that I really want to be and that I look up to. I don't know who that is. It's not like there's one person in my mind. It's like all these attributes and things that I am trying to emulate.
Yeah, I love that. I think that's so true. Balance, I feel like.
It's a good word.
What parts of yourself are you ready to let go of in this new decade?
My criticism of myself. It was like, we've talked about it on the podcast before. I talked about it, how it was like, oh my gosh, my therapist called me out on it, and that's so good. That's what I need. And then I feel like I was doing a lot of work on it and thinking about it, and then I was kind of like, great, I'm fine. And then I lost my job, and then I was focused on that. And it's like similar to what I was talking about with my thorn of like, I can so easily invest my time and energy into other things, and that aspect of myself is still existing because I'm not ever facing it. But it's like, great, so I got a job again. I have like the house, my room is decorated how I want. Like there aren't things now that can distract me. So now I'm back to like, oh, I wish I was 20 pounds lighter. I wish I was blah, blah, blah. And I was talking about it in therapy, and it's like letting those thoughts just kind of pass and not beating myself up for having a mean thought or something. But it was like the day of on Saturday, the outfit, I was like really excited to wear it, and I put it on. And like my first thought was like, oh, your stomach. Like I'm like looking at my like stomach. And then I was like, okay, that's okay. That's how my stomach looks. I feel really cute. Like, what are other things that I like about this outfit? And trying to channel like that energy, because I'm like, what am I gonna do? Put on a fucking burqa? Like, I can't. I don't want to like not wear the clothes that I like, because I'm gonna like be thinking about when I sit down, my stomach rolls or whatever, you know. And I'm like so sick of that, because it's like, who else am I gonna be? Like, this is me. And sorry, I'm getting so emotional, but I'm like, I'm so ready to be done with that and to just like get over it and be stoked, because the idea of like, this is the youngest you're gonna be, this is like the hottest you're gonna be, so just like embrace it.
And it's those thoughts like kind of make you feel like you live in a prison.
Yeah.
And like how freeing it is just to show up, and obviously no one is in your mind at that day, but like it's almost like, not surprising because I'm a woman and I feel that too, but also very surprising to hear that because it's like the confidence that you walked out on, like out of the room, in the space, on the bus, from everywhere you go, like you would have never even thought. You know, I think as women, we're always going to have that second kind of, you know, thought of anything, of any outfit, of anything. But the fact that you were able to just like take it and be like, no.
Oh yeah, that's the
No.
thing. It's like, it's literally a choice. And that's what I was telling myself. I'm like, I'm going to choose to not focus on that and to be like excited. And I have been so excited about that outfit.
Yeah.
And I bought it. And I like was, yeah. Once I like told myself, I'm like, I feel so cute.
Yeah.
Even if I didn't feel that way, I'm like literally telling myself in the mirror, like, I love this outfit. I'm so excited. And then I feel like that helped me
Yeah.
carry that confidence. So
I love that.
I'm
saying goodbye to
dripping
that.
sweat right now.
I have two more, and we'll
Okay.
try to make them quick. But they're not as sad. I had to get the like hard ones out of the way.
No, no,
What version of yourself do you feel most proud of?
Ooh.
Like already crying.
Okay. I do think I've come a long way with like friendships and relationships, and I think of like teenage Erica, who was like never really asking to like be invited to things, and also never really inviting people to things, and then always being like, well, I didn't get invited, or like, you know, just kind of doing like the pity party in like a way. And I don't think I was dramatic in that sense, but I think I didn't reach out to people, and I was like, well, they're not reaching out to me. And like the older I got, like I've never had big groups of friends, of people, and I feel like I've always known a lot of people. I've always been friendly with a lot of people, but it's like, and not that that means anything, I don't need to have like big friend groups, but I do feel like this version of myself that can have a community and can like, you know, have people here that I can like talk to. And I do feel like I try and invest in those relationships and like try to make time for people, or to like reach out if I'm thinking of them. And I am thankful that I've recognized that it's like, it takes work, and it's not just like someone's having a bad day, so now we're not friends anymore type thing. Or, and also like kind of, you know, the thing last week that was like, drop that bad energy, or whatever it said, like the way
You know who they are, or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah. Yes. Oh my God.
I don't do that, but I also can recognize when I'm like, this person or this like friendship isn't really like something I want to invest time into, because I feel like there's been friends in both your and I's lives who were like, why? There's other people and other, like, I could hang out with you every day and be stoked. And so it's like, why would I go out of my way to like try and build a relationship or a friendship with a person that like isn't going to reciprocate, or isn't like a good friend, you know?
I love that.
Thanks.
And then I'm going to say that after everything you say. As I have, and will continue to do so. Lastly, what are 3 things that you're looking forward to, either this year or this decade? I say that because it's like sometimes, like, the year goes by so fast.
So fast.
So if there's some, like, kind of within that realm.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, this year I feel like there's a lot of just like big trips and things planned. Like, and my sister's getting married, and that's the first like wedding in the family. My youngest sister is graduating college. Going to Europe. My mom's coming to San Diego. Like, there's all of this stuff planned, and so I'm really excited about that, because I know we've talked about it. Like, the last few years, I feel like I've been like, I don't need to travel. I love where I live, which is true, and I'm glad I've like invested time in San Diego. But it's also like, traveling is a big part of my life that I love, and so like saving money, making the plan, just pulling the trigger and doing it, I'm really excited to do those things. I am excited to see like what this next era of our friendship looks like, you know? Like, I feel like we have both grown so much. You moved here 4 years ago?
It'll be 4 years in July.
That's so wild.
I know.
And, like, I think about Labor Day or Memorial Day, whatever the fucking holiday was when you came here, and, like, just how different we are now in a really good way. Like, I love those people, those versions of ourselves, and I, like, those versions are what got us to where we are. But just, like, hearing you, I mean, you have all this confidence, like, in your new job, and you're, like, trying harder things, and you talk about wanting to, like, see New York. Okay, I thought that bug was in the house. I got really scared. I'm just like excited to see what the 30-year-old friendship of ours is like. I'm just curious to see how how different my life will be, or how I'll grow now that I feel like I've had a little bit of a mindset shift since going from, like, I need my career to do all of the things for me, to I think I'm going to become a therapist and go to school, to deciding, like, I just want a job where I can have work-life balance and fund the things that I enjoy doing, which is where I feel like I'm at right now. And, like, that mindset shift, I'm curious to see what my life looks like, because I'm not so, like, I need my career to do everything for me, and that's all I'm working towards. And I think it's good to have goals, and we've talked about that before, but it's like, that's not really a goal of mine anymore, and it's more of, like, the life that I can build for myself. And so I'm curious to see, like, what I build in the next decade.
I'm excited for, yeah, it'll be, you said this, I didn't even, like, clock to me at all, but I think on my birthday episode you had said something of, like, you know, I can't even say it, but it's just like, you know, change happens, and, like, a decade is a really long time, and we've been wow, friends for basically a decade, so over a decade, yeah. So it's like, it's scary, but it's beautiful at the same time, so it's exciting. And I'm just so fucking glad you're 30 now.
No, literally, I'm like, let's just get it over with. Come on.
That's how
I feel like your birthday being in February, I'm like, okay,
so
speed it up.
Yeah.
2 more months.
But it's still so far.
Yeah. Good night.
And I'm done. Oh, man. No, it was such a good weekend, and I think you're just so loved, and I'm so glad that people were able to come and celebrate you, even if they weren't, like, here in person. Like, people make a way to show how they care about you, so I love that.
Yeah, birthdays are, thank you for saying that. Birthdays are, like, so cool, because, I mean, all the people that, like, do reach out, and you're like, wow, like, this is so awesome, I feel so loved. It's also just, like, very emotional. Like, I cried so many times on my birthday, because I was like, whoa. Yeah. Getting all those nice messages is one thing, and it's also just, like, this change, you know? It's like, okay, it's a new year, it's a new, like, kind of all these questions. They're, to be honest, I haven't really, like, sat down and thought about what I want my 30s to be like, because I feel like March I was like, what do I want to be done? What do I want to, like, make sure I finish before I turn 30? And now I'm like, whoa, now what? Now what do I want this to be like? What do I want 30-year-old Erica to do? So I'm excited to figure it out.
Yay. I can't wait to be right there by your side.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Oh, man. Well, we did it, Joe.
We did it, Joe. Thanks for listening, guys. Thanks for reaching out, if you did.
And if you haven't, you better. It's a whole month.
It's a whole month, so it's not late.
Yep.
Well, you know where to find us. Polite as Fuck Podcasts. We're on TikTok. Did I say podcast?
Yeah.
Polite as Fuck Podcast?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoa.
Just drank energy drink. TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Spotify, all the things. Leave us a review, send it to your friends, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.